just testing a few things on my side before we go ahead and take off. Just want to make sure everything's all good. Alrighty, let's see. I'm streaming on. Did I stream on? I meant to stream on YouTube, but let me make sure because I might have accidentally clicked Twitch. Let's see. No, I think I clicked YouTube here. Let me double check. There we go. Alrighty. Cool. Alrighty. Well, that works. Yeah, so what's good? What is goody? Alright. Just make sure the audio sounds good. Make sure the audio sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Alright. Yeah, so basically just playing some Trove. I don't think I've streamed this game on my channel yet, actually. But I've played this game for a while. I'm actually just coming back to this game in regard to as of recently. Now I will say, not gonna lie, like I remember, so like I think I remember why I didn't stream this game. It just like occurred, but it's not bad. It's not that big of a deal. It's just that sometimes the PlayStation port of this game will crash sometimes. So it's not like a consistent thing, but it does happen, and I think that's probably the main reason why I never really streamed this game. Because honestly, this game is very streamable. It's very chill when it comes to grinding and stuff as well. So like, overall, it's actually a pretty cool game. IMO, but yeah, I think that's probably what kept me from streaming it in the past. It was that one thing, because you know, on PlayStation, it's of course PCs, you know. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, no sponsor or anything, but it's kind of like a box mashup with like, you know, it has like this, like, I mean, it has the RPG element. I personally enjoy like the whole like 3D 8-bit kind of style of things, but you know, yeah, looks like these guys are actually running a Leviathan, so I don't have a Leviathan key right now, but I'll definitely tag along, because why not? Why not? Yep. Unless, you know, they choose to do something else, which is fine too. So that looks like, oh, excuse me, that's where like the Leviathan stuff is gonna be. Okay, I'll keep that in mind now that I know. That's pretty helpful to know too. But yeah, alrighty. So there we go. Yeah, but basically it's gym day today, so I actually picked up a patron pass because, like I say, it's only been a few days since I've got back into the game. But you know, you can buy patron passes also, but like I said, there's not too much of, honestly. I mean, if you know how to make money in this game, you won't struggle to buy like them into infinity. So you know, I just bought a patron pass, and then basically it's gym day, so. I forgot how efficient patron is in this game though. Like it changes. Like I feel like I'm moving like at light speed compared to when I was playing before. But yeah, pretty much, you know, after that I just started farming U10, because other than U10, I mean, basically it's just U11, and then, you know, U11, the entry is 30k VR, so it's quite literally the last, like it's the strongest gauntlet of this game, you know what I mean? And my Shadow Hunter was already like 24k, so he was already able to go into U10, because this is my main class. Now, of course, are there people that are sitting at like 42, 43, 45k? Yeah, absolutely. You know, very much so casually. But I even remember, like, for the majority of the clubs and stuff that I was in, up until like this recent one that I joined, because I was like, you know, why not submerge myself? But for the most part, like, I'd say other than maybe like one or two, I was pretty much like one of the strongest like people in the club, even with me being gone for like a year and a half. So yeah, I just kind of forgot like how hard I went in Trove, but it was one of those games that I just kind of really got into, and I didn't really tell anybody. But yeah, overall, kind of like a Destiny 2 situation, kind of, sort of. But I don't know. There's a few games out there that I got into for a while, and I just didn't really like talk about it. But yeah, this is definitely one of those for sure. I'm pretty much, I only have like one class that I'm missing out of the game, and I think it's like the newest class in the game. Maybe like one or two. I think it's like one or two. But yeah, for the most part, we're pretty much just, you know, I mean, it's mastery, you know, still getting the dragons, getting the PR, you know, ranking up different classes, you know, upgrading gems, stuff like that, you know. There you go. Alrighty. But yeah, overall I think it's pretty cool. It's actually, and it's also like relatively like free to play friendly for the most part. Like it was always kind of that way, but definitely I think more so now. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, all the classes are craftable. You can literally buy the game membership with in-game currency. So, which is really cool. There's only a few games that I can think of, if not, like, I pretty much this is the only one I've come across that's really cool at. Yeah, just, you know, stuff like that. It's really chill. Like, honestly, I like it. It's kind of like you don't have to think super hard. I mean, there's nothing wrong with thinking hard, but, you know, if you just want like a chill game that you can just kind of vibe to, but still like put some effort into like grinding and stuff, this is your game. And I think that's the thing that I always liked about it, was because it was the reason why I always enjoyed playing Minecraft. It's because like Minecraft was just like super chill, but you could just pretty much just grind the mess out of it. And Trove has that same kind of aesthetic, so that's why I do enjoy it. It's just, you know, like an MMORPG, and it has like a very you know, baked in fighting system, you know, so that's always pretty cool. You know, I thought that hybrid was pretty, like, you know, just like an enigma, so to speak, you know, and yeah, I dig it. But overall, you know, if I had to say, like, if you're asking me, like, starting out, which classes would I recommend? You know, like, if you're starting the game and you're trying to get into it now, well, the first thing I'd say is, like, I'm not sure contextually how the startup is now. I'm sure that it's easier. Like, I heard that there's, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, a quest now that, like, actually gives you, like, all 3 empower gems just, like, out the gate. And that was not a thing when I was playing. But that's, you know, that's definitely helpful. And then, just jazz like that. But I would definitely say, like, if you're trying to start out and you've got like all of the, you know, content available to you and things of that sort, personally, my Shadow Hunter is my main class. I do enjoy the Shadow Hunter. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like the Shadow Hunter after you get the upgraded class gem, because he basically just has a fully auto, just like celestial bow into oblivion. Like, that's basically the Shadow Hunter. You know, I mean, this is just, it's just hyper efficient. So Shadow Hunter to me is like one of the better farming classes, especially if you like start speccing out for like jumps and attack speed, and like you get your crit hit and all of that stuff. Like right now I'm not running Sure Strike, because once you get above 100% critical hit, you pretty much, every hit that you land is just a guaranteed red crit. So I remembered I had to freaking get my potions. My magic fine just dropped. It's fine. But basically, every hit that you land is like a guaranteed you know, red crit. So basically, you know, I just swap that out for like unyielding, and that gives me like a shield for like, I think it's like 30 seconds every time I pop a flask, plus the martial emblem. So, you know, that's my build. But I think if you're under 100% crit, you're definitely gonna want to go for Sure Strike for sure, and then martial emblem ideally. Or if you're a magic class, you want to go for the arcane. I think that's what it is, but it's basically just a magic version of the martial emblem. And then, yeah, now, like I say, after 100%, that's where you can kind of start getting a little bit creative. with the second emblem. I mean, personally, you can get creative beforehand, but typically most people will tell you, like, your best bet is just getting short strike, because you'll just hit like a truck after you pop your flask, and then, you know, that helps. But yeah, so if I'm saying, and then if you're asking me like in terms of, well, hey Tyler, which class should I choose? Personally, starting out, I definitely think there's a lot of flexibility. I mean, some of my personal favorites, I mean, here's the thing about me and my favorites is like, my favorites are kind of obscure. Like, I kind of like some of the boring classes, like what people would probably consider like some of the more boring classes. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I run Pirate Captain, Gunslinger, you know, stuff like that, you know. The Knight, like, those are some of my more spec'd out classes, even like the Candy Barb, which granted, the Candy Barb is a little bit different, but, you know, Neon Ninja, even though I don't have any gems in my Neon Ninja right now, but that's just because I don't really run my Neon Ninja. But the two classes that I started out with personally was the Neon Ninja and the Gunslinger. So, whereas like the Gunslinger I still use, and then the Neon Ninja is kind of just like on standby. And I feel like, you know, my Shadow Hunter is pretty much just taking like the place of my Neon Ninja. Now, but if I had to say like starting out personally, I would probably choose like the Lunar Lancer. Like if I was to choose like a main class contextually with what I know now, I would probably pick the Lunar Lancer. Just because I feel like I think that up until even after you get the Empowered gem, you know, the Lunar Lancer is actually pretty decent. And then I forgot what his Empowered gem is, but like even before you get it, like if you get decent specs and stuff, and like now that they have, you know, the quest that gives you like the gems and stuff, at least that's what I think, that's what I heard, but that might actually be one of the better picks to start off with. And then that's also one of the better farming classes in the game as well, if not one of the best. So yeah, I would probably suggest the Lunar Lancer. And then, you know, it's definitely, I mean, Shadow Hunter isn't bad. Personally, I just feel like if you're starting out, Shadow Hunter up until he gets his Empower Gem is kind of mid, you know. But once he gets his Empower Gem, he's like a completely different class almost. And then the Candy Barb, I think all the way through is pretty good. I definitely think he's a good pick starting out. Yeah, if I had to pick three to recommend, I'd probably say Lunar Lancer, Candy Barb, and then for the third, this is me trying to be like as least biased as possible. Honestly, I mean, I'd probably say like the Vanguardian, Dino Tamer. Dino Tamer's a pretty decent one from what I've heard. I do have the Dino Tamer, I just haven't played a lot of Dino Tamer myself personally, but I have heard good things about the Dino Tamer. Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't know, like, even, I don't know about starting out, but just based off of what I know now, contextually, I mean, I don't think the Pirate Captain would be that bad, personally, starting out, but you know, I think that just depends on the person. I forget what the Empowered Gem for the Pirate Captain does. I think it just gives him like a cannon, which is it's a pretty strong one, but you know what I mean? But overall, like, even though, you know, the Pirate Captain probably isn't like the most engaging class, he still has the potential to like output a lot of DPS. So if you're into that kind of thing, I would probably put the Pirate Captain up there too. But yeah, if you're just starting out, if you wanted a solid class that you could just focus on and, you know, basically just get yourself up to like 20 APR and then, you know, basically efficiently grind everything else, those would be my suggestions. Yeah, so like Lunar Lancer, Candy Barb, Dino Tamer, Pirate Captain, and then the Vanguardian. I'd say probably like those 5 I think are some pretty solid ones. Or even better yet, you know, if you don't like the style of the Pirate Captain as much, maybe the Ice Age might be a better option. But I've played way less Ice Age than I've played Pirate Captain, so you know, I don't have like too much context on Ice Age, but I'm sure the Ice Age is a great class. I think there's some defensive versatility there as well, so yeah, I would probably say maybe the Ice Age over Pirate Captain might be a little bit more engaging for the gameplay as well. So, you know, there's that. But yeah. Or even Chloromancer. I've heard Chloromancer's kind of OP too. I just haven't tried Chloromancer too much, but yeah. But see, that's the thing about this game. It's like, really, to be honest, like all the classes, even the more like the less played ones, are still pretty strong, especially once you get them like amped up. They're pretty much all viable. It's just that some play styles are more preferred than others, but the reality is like all the classes are viable. Truth be told. So just keep that in mind when you're selecting. Is that especially once you start getting towards like the end game portion of this game, you'll really be able to dial into what the classes truly have in terms of their capabilities. So that's always something worth keeping in mind as well. But so we got a decent amount of Cosmic Gem boxes. Got Arcane Cosmic Gem, and usually all of the, like, you know, the Stellars I just kind of keep for the most part, just because, like, you know, I mean, some of these Radiants, apparently I was hearing that if you just max out the Radiants, they actually give more Air Gem Dust. My only thing is that, do you get more Air Gem Dust from it being maxed out than it not being maxed out? Oh, here, we'll just look at this. I'll just unsocket this one just for perspective. I'm not gonna like subsume it, but this is the best way to just go ahead and view it. We're just gonna look at the 22 one, the level 22 out of 23 one, and then we're gonna see. So it's 7,922 Air Gem Dust, or not Air Gem Dust, but Cosmic Gem Dust. Now, if I multiply, or not even multiply, but let's just say, if I was to divide, there's 23 levels, so 68 times 23 would be 1,000. Okay, I kind of get that. But the question is, how much gem dust goes into that process? Because you're basically just trying to balance out the gem dust. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, okay, well, if it's 7,922, let's see. I would just look at a regular Radiant gem, right? And I'd be like, okay, let's see how much it costs to rank it up. 52. All right, so, but it's not going to be 52 all the way. Like, it's 258 at, it's 372 at this level, but it's one level from being maxed. So I guess for all intents and purposes, well, it's going to be like 32, like all the way through, or 372 all the way through. So I guess I'll just say like 900 divided by, not 22. I don't know. Here, let's just do this. Let's just do this. I'll rank it up. First couple of levels, you don't even really need any, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Actually, this might be a more efficient way of doing this, I'm not gonna lie. Now, have I done it this way up until this point? Absolutely not. I've definitely done it the harder way up until this point, but that's not the point. I actually saw this in a YouTube video, so I see the vision. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I got these golden horseshoes. All right, so that's like level 16 now. It's 5,000 gem dust. Okay, so you can literally just flip gems. Wow, so that's a thing. Bro, you're talking about, you can literally just flip gems, bro. Oh my gosh. They're out here flipping gems, dog. GG. No, I haven't. I've been a money flipper, but not a gem flipper. They're flipping gems, bro. Oh my gosh. Look at them flipping gems. That's next level, bro. All right, I got you. So I see the vision. So literally you can literally just flip gems. See? All right, let's try this. So, oh my gosh. Bro, I'm about to start flipping gems, bro. Alright, so that's level 18. But here's the thing. I just used all that gem dust. It gave me the same amount of gem dust. So, how do you flip it? Do you get what I'm saying? And then you use the resources. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a more efficient way of doing that. Like, maybe leveling them up to like level 5, maybe. $289. 68 times. Yeah, but see, that's still, because think about how much you're spending. How much are you spending per level? $52. And you could just do that. You could just do the math on that. I mean, you're getting like 30 gem dust. Less than that if you account for the 2. I don't know. I feel like it's just better to just farm the gem boxes, because even if you max it out, you're spending all of the gem dust just to max it out. And then, you know what I mean? And then it's like, not only are you spending the gem dust, but you're also spending the resources that you could be saving for your other gems, like the gems that you actually care about, basically. But you know, that's just my perspective on it, you know. Otherwise, I mean, it would be a good strategy, but definitely I think it's just more efficient to just farm the gem boxes. And it's like, you get the experience from farming anyway, so it's like, it's not like a lost cause. It just, you know, sometimes it might be a little bit tedious, but I mean, I'm in U10 right now, so there's that. But either way, it was worth checking out. So that's a crystal face. Let's see, and then I'm gonna hop over to the next dungeon, and then let's see. Another crystal hat. Okay. So also just farming the crystal stuff gives a good amount of, you know, a good amount of force fragments. Now the cool part is that, you know, that's like that's a pretty good way of like, say for instance, you just max out your local, you're trying to craft up some Leviathan keys or something like that, then yeah, I think that's a pretty good strategy. But I think just for trying to, farm dust like that, no, that doesn't seem that effective. IMO, but I just hope like people haven't been spending like more resources than they need to doing that. But that was one of the first things that I noticed. I'm like, dude, that's like, because even if it's just like 50% less, it's like, yeah, but that's still 50% more that you could be putting towards like the gyms that you care about. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's cool, nothing to worry about if you ask me. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that, just like, save it for later. But yeah, so let's see, I think, let's see, I'm looking for, to the Hollow Dunes. Absolutely not. Gound. It's a pretty cool dragon though. Not gonna lie. Gound. Alright. Let's see. There's a crystal bow. Yup. Yeah. They just destroyed that dungeon. For real, dude. Alright. And then... oh yeah, that must be up there in power rank. Indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Yo. What is good? Alright, let's see. So I think I'm going to go ahead and another piece of crystal face. I know they're coming out with like a new update here in a couple days, or like in a week or so. I think that apparently is going to be like this gear tracking update. So like it's going to kind of change the way that people can like crystal gear and stuff. I've watched a few videos on it, but it's gonna be kind of like I guess. I mean, it might be a more efficient way of doing it. I mean, it depends, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there's gonna be, you know, certain strategy and technique and stuff like that. It's not just gonna be like a cheat code or anything by any means, but yeah. Basically, all right. Let's see what we have here. Another contain chaos spark. And then got 17 of these. Crystal 10 gem boxes, or cosmic 10 gem boxes. Cool. Alrighty. Notice my flash. No, it's fine. I was like, oh. There we are. Yep. Alrighty. Oh. Let's see. Huzzah. The crystal forge. So those are the enchanted torches. Those come from, like, I guess beating like the Leviathan bosses and stuff. And then there's some crystal gear. Basically can kind of use that crystal gear to basically get like the forge fragments. Now granted, all of my crystal gear is maxed on my character right now, so and then of course I got a few extra pieces here that we just like picked up just from, you know, farming and such. Now some of that crystal gear, I mean, it depends on, like, honestly, it just kind of depends, because like there's different styles of how I've heard people do it. Me personally, I've unintentionally been doing it the more, I guess you could say, the more difficult way. Not because like I was choosing to. I mean I was choosing to, but I just didn't know until like later on. It's fine, but basically I was just farming up gear for like each character, and you know, like where it's like, yeah, no, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, to be honest, all I have to do is just like get one solid piece for like each class, because not even for each class, just, you know. But I guess in my mind I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna play every character. Like, but why would I play every character at the same time? Like, I can't even play every character at the same time. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. But you know, it's fine. Like we learn. You know, so yeah. Another piece of Resplenda. Let's see. But you know, I guess not, you know, having the extra crystal gear doesn't hurt, right? All right, let's see here. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be a good amount of U10 farming for right now. I mean, I could keep farming U10. Getting a decent amount of dust from it. Let's see. For right now, I'm actually just gonna loot collect some of this stuff. And then I'm gonna pretty much save the stellar stuff. There's another crystal piece. Crystal hat. Nice. Yeah, let's basically save the stellar stuff, and then I guess what I'll end up doing, got another stellar, cool. Yeah, I'll save that one. That might actually be kind of good for a revenant, like a revenant or something. Yeah, because I mean, you know, there's different builds and stuff. Like I might want to go for like a bulkier build for you know, because I kind of have like a lot of just like pure offense builds, but I could definitely like, you know, play around with the styles a little bit with the, you know, different classes and stuff. I'm sure that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so basically I'm going to go ahead and look at, let's see, let's go ahead and open up some of these U6 boxes. Basically, you know, I just go and use 6 pretty efficiently to farm like some of my other like classes. So I don't necessarily have to go into U6, like I'm sure I could probably go into U7 and stuff like that too. But yeah. In terms of air gem dust, or just really all the dust. Yeah, because really it's just my air gems, and then I mean of course all these gems can be ranked up to crystal, so but yeah, it's pretty much just my air gems, and then I've got one more level to get on that water gem, and then I've got like 5 more levels to get on that fire gem. Now of course we've still got a decent amount of, you know, respective, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, got basically a decent amount of respective, you know, U6 boxes to open up. Yeah. Now am I gonna sit and open up all these U6 boxes? But, you know, they're there. Yeah, I mean, ideally, it would just be better to just go into U10, for sure. Like, just go into U10, especially with the way that I can farm now. Like, I can definitely farm it a little bit more efficiently. Just go into U10 and then just get, like, go into the elemental worlds to get the remainder of that gem dust. And then, of course, you know, that also helps for, like, the other ones, too, because the more efficiently I can level up my Shadow Hunter, the more efficiently I can level up my other classes. So these are all arcanes. Now this, I could just re-roll that stat on that fierce cosmic gem, as well as re-roll the stat on that one, and I could potentially get either crit hit or crit damage if I was, you know, going for that. Now, yeah, I would definitely do the crit damage because that's like 80, almost 90% extra crit damage on both of those. Yeah, so I would definitely prefer to go and do that. But I will go and hop into U10, and I'll start off in the air gem world, because from what it looks like, the air gems are the 2 gems that I need the most levels on. Now, of course, I can rank up my stellar gem now too, so that definitely helps in terms of, you know, just ranking and stuff like that. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and this probably, honestly, this probably would help for mastery, no? Yeah, increases rune crafting. Might as well over here, eh? No, what's interesting is that these on the market actually sell for about, well, I mean, it's like 250 a piece, 250K a piece. So it's like multiples of 4 times 10, about 4 mil. Times 43. No, it's about 10 mil. Yeah, about 10 mil. Now, are they all gonna sell? Probably. I mean, they could very well could. I have faith that they could. But, you know, you also get mastery or, you know, consuming them, so that's always nice too. I have 18 remaining, so I'll just basically put the other 18 on the market. And they don't have to sell immediately. They can just be set on there. I'll just put them up there for like 225 a piece. Actually, I might even do 200 a piece. No, I think I did the math. I think I did the math correctly the first time. Actually, no, I didn't, because that's 18 of them. So never mind. We're good. But yeah. Alrighty, so I'm gonna set the cornerstone down, and then I'm basically just going to go ahead and start finding dungeons to clear from this point. Excuse me. Alrighty, so I'm going to find these dungeons. It's a pretty chill process. Especially since you're getting like two, you know, I mean, it's gem farming day, so this is probably the most effective day to, you know, go about doing this kind of farming. But yeah, you know, it's like 2 gem boxes, or at least a 50% bonus chance for an additional gem box for, you know, popping up with patron. So it's definitely, you know, very helpful in terms of, you know, the effectiveness of farming and things of that sort. That's an ally. There we are. Now farming U10 can be a lot more efficient too than farming like Geode, because keep in mind when just farming like even like the elemental worlds, it's like you can throw down a cornerstone and, you know, like a lot of these elemental worlds and just kind of like getting a potion. Now granted in Geode, one thing, and I kind of just found out about this too, is like it's actually pretty effective, but I didn't really think about this until like today, which is basically when you're doing Geode and you run out of potions, unless you just like fly around or you remember where they had the last, you know, like safe haven for you to get potions, then what you can end up doing is you'll just go to your atlas and then you'll just respawn, and then that way you respawn and then you go ahead and just refill your flask. That way, you know, you can actually kind of lessen the time that you're spending looking to, you know, a place to go stock up on your potions. And to be honest, I just thought about that method myself today. I'm sure somebody's probably thought about that, but yeah, that, like, honestly, that was the main reason why I just didn't really go into Uber 10 that much. Not because I couldn't complete Uber 10, but just because, like, you know, you go into Uber 10 and then, like, you go in, like, maybe a couple dungeons and then you already have to restock your potions. So basically you're just like, okay, and then, you know, you're trying to find an effective way to, you know, farm efficiently, because that's really what I care about. It's like farming as efficiently as possible is like one of my main priorities, especially, you know, the longer you're playing the game and the more that you find your play style and things of that sort. You know, I definitely enjoy, you know, leaning into efficiency and, you know, effectiveness. So, yeah. But, you know, that's a pretty good method from what I've stumbled across, for sure. And then, yep, so that's pretty much, you know, just the meat and potatoes, I'd say, of, you know, like the farming process and such. And, you know, there's like, I mean, I'm sure that there's like other methods that are pretty effective. Absolutely. So that's actually a perfect magic gem right there. And the other two I would subsume. Because after a while I feel like once you start to really like get, you know, stellar stuff more effectively, then you can start to subsume some of it as well. But yeah. Yeah, see, like, you're definitely gonna need, we're gonna need a lot more just, you know, crystal dust and things of that sort, but that's only from opening up a couple. And, you know, a couple of, you know, the boxes and things of that sort. So you're farming through that stuff, you're getting the resources, and then basically, you know, you're just kind of going through the process, rinse and repeat. You know, in terms of, I'd say, you know, like gym crafting stuff, you know, like the materials and things of that sort. You know, there's the 9th lives, there's all of that jazz, which definitely helps, you know, for the effectiveness. J Clover, Yep. So resplendent hat. Let's go ahead and find a cornerstone. That way I can go ahead and refill flasks. Actually, I could probably clear another dungeon without refilling flasks. It's all good. Now I get to find a cornerstone. Okay, so I think I see, yep, I see light. Looks to be one right over there. Cool. And then, let's see. And then if you want to find, like, I'd say probably like a slightly more effective way of doing this. I mean, like, I could probably go into U9. U9 probably wouldn't be bad either, because me going into U9, I know that I'm definitely going to be getting, especially on gym day, I can effectively farm dungeons way faster and then get, you know, basically like the color gems from it. You know, when I max out the karma bar. So it really just depends. I mean, you're getting more consistent stellar gems in U10 for sure. Whereas in U9, you know, you're pretty much getting stellars. I mean, I think you can get stellars in between as well. So it just depends. It really just depends, I'd say. And then I think U11 drops crystal gems. Yep, so that's like a 2-star air gem right there. And it looks to be, it's one off of being perfect. I've got 2 in here that are one off of being perfect. I mean, both of those honestly probably wouldn't be bad for like a Revenant, something like that, or just like a bulkier class. There's definitely some bulkier, like some bulkier physical classes. I mean, you could really make that build with like any kind of class. Like for me personally, I just prefer to go for like, you know, kind of like the speed blitz build. But the reality is, like, you could probably make some bulkier classes that can actually, like, you know, tank a little bit more in this content, and then you're not flying through flasks as much. And then you could probably, I mean, not even probably, you could definitely compensate for the crit by just adding like Sure Strike and then just have like the health. So it's just that Sure Strike is only going to be effective for like a couple of seconds. So I think it really just depends on playstyle. For me, I prefer the speed, you know, of just like being able to fly through and effectively just like burn, you know, even though it's I mean, I don't really feel like a glass cannon. It's just, you know, there's just strategy at play when it comes to, you know, how I'm structuring out my farming. Okay, so let's go to the loot collector. I'll save those 2 gems. Might as well. Increase my master rank. I want to increase my master rank as well. Nice, nice. Ready. Let's see. I would probably just focus on. Oh, that's probably used for like crafting torches and stuff potentially. I'm not sure. Either way, it's fine. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to focus on those are U4 boxes. And okay, I'm gonna have to double check how much air gem dust I have here. Well, I guess I did just use some of it. Yeah. I feel like a lot of it's just kind of like AFK farming. Like AFK meaning like I'm here, but like I'm just farming type vibe. Yeah, but like I say, I think if you really want to be effective with it, if you're trying to get like the gems for, you know, if you're trying to get gems for, what's the word I'm looking for your characters, you know, and you're looking for a way to farm those, then I probably will go with U10. But if I'm just going in there looking for trying to get like actual gem dust and such, then I would probably just stick to U9 personally. But you know, for the most part, you know, that's kind of how I would, you know, in terms of perspective. Let's see, so ideally, yeah, I'll just switch to U9, and then probably just same strategy, just farming, and then, you know, alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly over here. Done. I'm going to go ahead and take flight. Alright, so basically just looking for dungeons. But yeah, effectively like effectively U9 would be much more efficient, I think, across the board. Yeah, like see how much faster we just burn. It's just, you know, you just fly through dungeons at that point. And the cool part about that is, like, mentally, if you're flying through dungeons, you're not necessarily thinking about, like, trying to upgrade, because it's like you're already at the point of where you can fly through dungeons. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like in U10, you're kind of still thinking about kind of, like, do this more effectively, right? Whereas, like, you get to U9 and it's like, oh, okay, this is just a regular strategy, basically. So this is much better when it comes to farming. Now you could probably replicate that same strategy in, like, Geode. You know, I just went in U10 now, but granted, I feel like Geode is a little bit more preference, because I mean, you're just literally getting more dust from farming U10, and people consistently will go into U10 Geode, and plus you have, like, Leviathans and stuff too, so it's a little bit different, but at the same time, if you're just solo farming, it's still not a bad idea, you know? Because it's like they make the game in the way where it's like, yeah, you can kind of fly through the stuff in terms of, like, the content, but they're definitely giving people a plethora of, you know, stuff to farm from. So it's like, it's not gonna be, I mean, you could farm it, like, hyper effectively and get pretty far, sure, absolutely. But it's not necessarily like something that has to be completed in a day, if that makes sense as well. And, like, also you can literally turn stellar gems into crystal gems as well. I actually did that before stream. You can do it either with Phoenix, or you can use credits in order to go about the process. Although I'm not sure how much it is in credits. I didn't look, but I definitely bought some with qubits. Because yeah, I mean it seemed like a pretty effective buy, you know. But yeah, so overall, there's definitely good ways of going and getting through it.
Trove.
Oh. Gotta reset my flash. Oh. There we go. I was like, how did I even get in here? There we go. Alright. Oh, wow. That's silly. It's okay. Let's see. Okay. Already say I keep trying. Yeah, I did, or that 3-star rather. Okay. Yeah, I did. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the next dungeon. And then... Okay. I think that was a delve portal. Yep. Sweet. Alright. There you go. This guy yeeted out of oblivion. Golly. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, you know, just troving. Just troving. Alright, cool. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Alright, so let's see, we've got a few dungeons in this vicinity. Now I could start working on another cloud, especially with like the gear crafting updates around the corner. I'm not sure, because like, here's the thing, like I still haven't really looked into like how much like, I mean, I'm sure crystal gear helps. All my crystal gear currently is maxed on my character. I know I've been hearing a lot about the dragons. Like, I'm not sure how much like PR comes from the dragons, but I wouldn't be surprised. It might be a pretty good amount. I should actually take a look because I'm pretty sure they actually tell you how much each dragon gives you in PR. But you know, I haven't done that yet. And then, I mean, there's a few I've acquired. Nothing crazy, but, you know, for the most part, you know, I've just been, like, grinding my gems and getting gear, dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, but I'm actually gonna hop in this next dungeon and clear the boss real quick, because why not? Now, go back to the Trove hub and let's see. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see what the dragon's den is looking like. Don't mind the glitching on the screen. It's all good, dude. Okay, so each dragon gives 30 power rank. Okay. So each dragon gives 30 power rank. The primordial dragons give 400 and golly, dude, one dragon gives like 500 power rank from the primordial ones. So the air dragon gives the most, which is kind of, I mean, hey, look, I don't make the rules, I'm just joking. But basically, you know what I'm saying? Air dragon gives the most power rank. So basically, what I'm saying is that, you know, for the most part, if I just do some quick calculations, 30 times, how many is that? 7 per row. So it's 28, 35. 30 times 35. If you get every dragon, get like 1,000 power rank, so I'm not missing out that much. You know, now like that's like each dragon. Now that's just the fragment dragons. Then there's the hatch dragons, which is like about 29. So 30 times 29 is about 870. So you're getting, give or take, about almost 2,000 power rank just from the dragons. If you were to get every dragon in the game, though, so this, you're not missing out on like a crazy amount of power rank. But really, these primordial dragons is where it's at, because like you get 3 of those bad boys, and it's like you're already getting like a good 1,400 power rank, you know, plus the cosmic one, you know. So, you know, perspective for sure. Dang, I think the game just froze, but it's fine. I guess that was a good way to end it off on. I think they can still hear me though, which is kind of funny. So yeah, if you can still hear me on the other side of this stream, I'm probably gonna stream another game, but I think for the most part we got a pretty decent thing going on there in Trove. You know, and we found out that the dragons, yeah, they give power rank, but it's not like crazy amount. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like maybe 3K at most. So fair play. But thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm gonna figure out if we're gonna stream again. Yeah, peace.